This thing says,
Marvin, you pay attention to this.
pay attention, Marvin. It says here, for you and your fish stopping friends.
Stopping friend.
Stopping friends.
Now open it, please. Wait till you open it. Just tear it open.
Don't tell me it's a urinal.
Turn around so Val can see.
How can anybody say that? We just-
Oh, that will do it.
What is it?
Shut up,
What's the bell for?
The bell? That's not a bell. That's a funnel.
Oh,
You put this thing in the funnel and it pushes into the bottle.
that's what you do. I have no experience.
Norman has one called a helmet. And it really is a helmet. It's one of those things
Oh, please take the
I
camera
don't think
away
this will
from
ever
me.
take the place of just stopping on the road and smiling.
But it'd be a little bit, well then you don't have to use it, but your friend
It's a
can.
for real thing.
It's a
Mark,
real thing. How does
Yes,
it go?
they'll hold up a mirror for you in the car and you can smile in the car.
Yeah, Martin, that's for the man that has everything out here.
That's Robin Fisher.
There's an auto John.
Wallpaper.
Oh, boy.
Wallpaper.
And then...
Another phone.
What does it say? For the executive.
Is that another funnel?
Marty Mark. What it says, Marty Mark.
Oh, very, where's the pen? It's probably,
Wallpaper.
the pen's gotta be in there.
Wallpaper.
Well, it's only
Wallpaper.
said because it's presented.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh boy, I'm gonna be using both ends.
As long as you don't burn the candle.
That's beautiful. That's very nice.
Use it
It works on this side.
Is it black on one side, red on the other?
Does this come on?
No. It just points at it.
Oh, that's right.
It just works on one side.
Sure, it's all toasted.
It just works
That's
on one
beautiful.
side. See?
It even spelled his name right.
That's not,
Well, we'll tell you what this is all about.
can't wait.
We have learned so much from you. Unfortunately, not all of us have known you your entire 70 years. I've known you all my life, but not everybody can say that. So, we have decided to put down on paper what we have learned from you.
Oy vey.
Just like the book, all I ever needed to know I learned in kindergarten. All we ever needed to know, we learned from you.
I can believe that.
Yeah, that's right.
Want Shelley to go first?
Yeah.
This is up in Pripachik, since she learned it from you, and she signed her name down at the bottom there.
Very good.
Very
See
nice.
it? Mr. Grandpa up in Pripachik?
Let me hear it. Very
Hey,
good.
that's terrific.
Very good.
Get to get a stand daddy who's I'll go next. You can just go around the room.
Yes.
Everything I ever needed to know, I learned from Martin. And what he taught me that I remember most is be
Excuse me. Who's Martin?
a leader, not a follower. Tonight you're a follower.
No respect.
Be a leader, not a follower. Thanks, Nick. I review these words of advice right before using poor judgment on a bad decision. As a child, that would make me think, I have a choice here. I can go with the crowd and be accepted by my peers, or I can forsake the majority and be my own person. Unfortunately, as a child with an unclear definition of who I was and what I wanted to be, and because of the low self-esteem this caused, I'd usually be a follower. Sometimes this would work out for the best. Sometimes it would set me back even farther in self-esteem. As I aged, I left home and took this advice with me everywhere. Interpreting it differently as an adult, I thought being a follower was a negative and being a leader was positive. It gave me comfort knowing I still had choices in decision-making, but more than that, it began to weave its magic, transforming me from a follower into a leader more often. So I led organizations, Sunday school classes, became a spokesperson for my favorite causes, People looked up to me and followed me. Then it occurred to me that a leader needs followers as much as a follower needs leaders. Both are important and serve a purpose on earth. This advice from my father expanded and became different things to me at different times as an adult. Like there was a season for planting and a season for harvesting. There is also a time to lead and a time to follow. If I hadn't accepted this concept, I would have failed in all my relationships because the key to good communication is a balance of give and take, talk and listen, lead and follow. I'm sure that my father's motives in advising me to be a leader and not a follower was to get me to become my own person, make my own decisions to better my life. Because I followed this advice throughout my life, I've become a leader and a follower when appropriate. More than that, I felt the love of an involved parent whose influence will stay with me way beyond my sane words of advice to my children. My father's guidance is a song in my head that lifts my esteem to new heights with every setting sun. It's an anchor that keeps me from rocky seas that I'll take with me to the end of my journey. Happy birthday, Dad, and thank you for all your good advice. I love you. Ma?
I'm next.
Yes.
Do I stand or can I sit?
You could just...
I can
Yeah, sit here.
No, put it here in the chair so we can get you good on tape.
Okay. You're going to get it.
Promise.
What have I learned from you, my love? Let me count the ways. First off, one of your expressions is soap and water cleans everything, and it does. Secondly, this too will pass, and it does. Thirdly, I will live with it, and I will hopefully live with it for a long, long time to come. Happy birthday. Love you, dear. I get up?
Sarah's turn. Okay, this is from Naomi.
Oh.
Hi.
We need cleaning.
Not yet.
This is from Naomi.
Talk real loud.
Dear Grandpa, all I ever needed to know I learned from you. I remember sitting on your knee when I was little listening to stories about growing up in Poland and thinking about how much change my grandpa had seen. I always pictured your old house with miles of trees and remember the stories you told me and feel pride in my family. The fact that you wrote down what happened to you in the war inspired me to love writing and to keep a journal every day. I learned from you that when there's nothing to talk about at the dinner table, talk about the food. Of all the family dinners we've had, they've all resorted to, "Oh, Debbie, this is delicious." This comment was soon followed by a gentle roll of your lovely grandchildren's eyes. I've learned to always remember to go to the bathroom before you leave the house and keep a Reader's Digest or two. I love the way you and Grandma are still in love after all these years. Other than my parents, you guys are my primary example of what I want in marriage. You have a wonderful sense of humor. My favorite line that you say is when someone calls on the phone and wakes you up. I learned from you to say, no, you didn't wake me up. I had to answer the phone anyway. Through all the years and all the changes, all the Thanksgiving and Passover dinners, and all there is to come, I felt very close to you, Grandpa, and love you very much. Happy birthday to a rising septuagenarian entrepreneur. I'm proud of you. Love you. These are from Nancy and I. All we ever needed to know, we learned from Grandpa. What?
She said,
Bye. Wear a hat so your head won't burn. Talk slowly so people can hear you. Don't bother with movies, they're not worth it. If you want more to eat, you're welcome to it. It's never too late to learn. There's nothing the Colonel can make that we can't cook at home better. Don't cuss, what's the point? Don't close the door to the back bedroom. And leave your loose change in a vase for your grandchildren. Benji, you wrote that with her? Come sit here and give him a kiss.
Force yourself.
Don't ever stop.
Val?
You'll get that.
Val?
Don't ever stop.
He won't.
Should I go?
All right.
Okay.
Shelley, you had your turn.
Shelley wants to be on camera.
Yeah.
So we don't get
about this.
My father wanted me to jump off the diving board. There's a time for everything. My father wanted me to jump off the diving board, and I hardly ever went in the deep end. It was Grandpa to the rescue. He said, "Robin, if you don't want to do it, don't until you're ready." I took that advice, and the very next day I went to my friend Alexa's house. Shauna was there, one of her friends. She has a 10-foot deep pool with a diving board. She didn't know about my fears, but she offered me a chance on the board. At first I bounced on it. Then I remembered what Grandpa had said. Then I thought the time is right. I dove in. I conquered my fears, and I owe it all to Grandpa. And from then on, I've loved diving boards ever since. Happy 70th birthday, I love Robin.
No?
Let's see, about 15 years ago when I met my father-in-law, I used to wear my wallet in my back pocket, and I would get these backaches and stuff. I wondered why I always have these backaches, and he talked me into wearing my wallet in the front. After 14, 15 years, those backaches went away. That's great advice, thanks.
You have to write that down. Lily?
I have to write down the book, but
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have.
And this is great. I don't have to do anything, just sit there.
This has his birthday, and it says, into...
You want from this side?
Do you have
Oh, okay.
This is her best side.
All right. This is All I Ever Needed to Know I Learned from My Father-in-Law by Mark Shabbat.
Oh.
Debbie, I only have like an hour and a half here.
He's a slow learner, so it doesn't matter.
This is true.
I learned from Pop that even though a nickel isn't worth a dime anymore, he seems to be able to live like a king on change better than others can on dollars. There's a lesson here. I think he wrote that one for my benefit.
Who would know better than you?
As a physician, I see lots of patients. However, I'll never have the patience that he has. About Scrabble, I have learned always let your son-in-law win. About swimming pools.
Never let him win. Never.
You let him win.
Not even once.
You let him win.
Oh! See how slow it gets? On my 29th birthday, too.
It's a good thing we understand you.
Right.
Yes.
About swimming pools, I have learned, well, just come and look at mine and you'll know that I don't know all I need to know about that. About sex, Pop once said, there are maybe some things greater than sex and some things not as good, but there's nothing quite like it.
You told him.
I haven't found anything to argue about yet.
About drinking alcohol, it's for medicinal purposes only. He says he's been sick for over 40 years. About gambling, I have learned from Pop how to do a complete 180-degree about-face without blinking an eye. I have learned how to go from an innocent, minding-your-own-business, people-watching spectator to a can't get enough, let's go to Lake Charles gambling. In some circles, they call him Lucky. That was from Mark. From me, all I ever needed to know I learned from Dad. Always put your family's needs before your own personal needs, but don't make a big deal out of it. Always eat at home. Never eat out.
You really got his number.
Never take credit for deciding to go on any trips that your wife wishes she hadn't gone on.
I'll tell you later.
They're going back to Seattle next month.
I can't wait.
Go to a movie once a year to satisfy a significant other person. Make retirement brief. See your grandchildren as often as your children will allow. Never admit to enjoying TV or movies. And allow your child to own at least one puppy that she had to cry for.
That's the story of the son.
You know, for new friends,
hands. How did we all get your number so fast?
You sure you can afford her? She always gets sick. She's going to cost a fortune. What's good advice?
Don't you meant the other way, money
You're
wise.
But I remember the best advice he ever gave his wife, ever. In the airport in Las Vegas. Don't put 3 quarters in, just put 1. And she hits the jackpot.
For the first time in her life, she listened.
I know.
I could have killed him.
She didn't talk to me. Yeah, right.
Oh, I was so mad.
Well, needless to say, you're all 100% right. Unaccustomed as I am, as they say, at this age, I think I've seen some things. And I've learned.
That's enough.
And this morning, as I was sweeping the pool, I thought about, what has gone all this time. And I feel I'm blessed in many ways. Needless to say, the obvious, my children, my grandchildren,
Your wife.
apple of my eye over here who made it all possible. Without her, of course, none of this could have happened. And
Came in handy, didn't I?
I'm not finished with you yet.
Oh, you're expecting again?
I should be so lucky. The friendships that I've made over the years, and my present friendships are, I think, the greatest. I perhaps should have written all this down so I wouldn't have to keep saying, but you guys know what I mean. I love you all. And I appreciate your going all out for this.
And giving up.
Giving up a card
Giving
night.
up.
Poker.
Sacrifice.
Was tonight was supposed to be a poker game? Thank God for birthday. You get me.
All right, we'll get you tomorrow.
Oh, you bet. But it's a wonderful life. And I couldn't wish anyone more than I have, except maybe money.
Money.
You didn't lose yesterday, you would have had it, honey.
Thank God you didn't.
You're right. Let's save the day.
You know what? This man says he wishes you another 50 years. That's 100 and something. And the guy said, no. I wish you another 50 years and 6 months. And the guy says, why 6 months more? He says, no Jew should die suddenly.
Oh, sein noch nicht gesund.
Before we do,
Yes.
I think Lily should tell
What?
what you told me yesterday about old people, about the oil.
Oh.
I think you should tell
Oh,
them.
yes, you can.
Honey, blow the candles
Blow
first.
the candle.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Martin. Happy birthday to you.
That's retirement.
Benji's quote.
Yeah, very good, Benji. That is
Very good. I love you guys. All of you.